Welcome to Women's Rugby Rundown 182 for November 25th through December 1st. Ilona Maher made history as the runner-up on Dancing with the Stars and then hinted at joining the PWR. If she does move across the pond, she'd become the highest-profile American in that league. Australia opened the 2024-25 HSBC Sevens with a dominant performance at the Dubai Sevens, while the Cape Town Wild Dogs and Honey Badgers women solidified their Rugby Tens dominance here in the States. The Netherlands secured a win in the first of two matches against Brazil. Meanwhile, the suspension of Papua New Guinea Rugby Union by Oceania Rugby and the PNG Olympic Committee raises critical questions about the future of their teams, while the Latin Cup was canceled following the end of World Rugby funding. Of course, we're going to round up all the global premier and club competitions. I'm Wendy, and I'm here to bring you the latest in women's rugby. This is your Women's Rugby Rundown, and we're about to kick off. We'll start with some Sevens news. Ilona Maher has taken the world by storm, first at the Paris Olympics, placing third, bronze medal with the United States. And then now she reached the finale of the Dancing with the Stars, placed second overall, of course, with her dancing teammate, Alan Burstein. But really, I think the message here is that her message around body positivity has been so powerful for the sport of rugby, because we know that we accept all shapes and sizes. We want everyone to be a part of our sport. But then just the role model for her, for young girls, for women, ladies, everyone can take something away from Ilona. Just want to say we're so excited about her and her next steps. There are a lot of rumors. She could be joining the PWR. She's shown a video of her TikTok recently going to London. Could be just for a holiday, or we could see her sign maybe with Bristol Saracens or Leicester Hartberry. A lot of rumors out there. Sure we'll know soon. The HSBC 7 Series kicked off this past weekend in Dubai, and Australia were just spectacular. They won it all. This is their fifth successive Dubai tournament in a row. New Zealand was second. France took third. Great Britain placed fourth. With a few teams rebuilding from the Olympics, Dubai was actually quite the interesting tournament. The two in the end, the final, New Zealand, Australia, that was not different by any means. But if we look at some of the other results, Olympic silver medalist Canada fell to eighth after a narrow 24-22 loss to Japan, while bronze medalist USA secured fifth in Dubai with a 17-7 win over Ireland, both teams featuring nearly half debutante rosters. Newcomers China is impressed with a 10th place finish. Brazil took 9th, Spain 11th, and Fiji slipped to 12th. So when we look at these standings, of course, it's Australia at the top, but Great Britain in the mix there. They've got a new coach in Giselle Mathers, and then Ireland in sixth. Next up, the teams are already on their way to Cape Town. They'll have the second HSBC Sevens Series stop this weekend. And this one has a little bit of a change. You can see we went from 3 pools to 4, so that puts 3 teams in each pool. They'll play each other round robin. And there's a lot of discussion on social media if that means that the quarterfinals are being dropped. Are we going to go straight to semifinals? If that's the case, and we're just awaiting confirmation from World Rugby, then those pool play matches are going to be more important than ever. A team that goes 1 and 2 will not be able to get through. Some of them were able to squeak through with wild cards and things like that. But this may be an effort to make sure that tournaments can happen on 2 days instead of 3, where sometimes it's a Friday afternoon start or a really early Saturday. It's a very long day. So really interesting to see what's going to happen in Cape Town, and we'll share those updated formats once we have them. Now switching over to 15's news. And the only international test of the weekend, the Netherlands edged Brazil 15-7. This is the first of their 2-match series. The second match is set for December 4th. You can go back and watch the first match on YouTube, and then they'll have the second match live on YouTube. That's on the Rugby Netherlands YouTube channel. The Rugby Tens Championship crowned its winners this weekend, awarding $500,000 in combined prizes and celebrating both division titles and the prestigious franchise championship. The Cape Town Wild Dogs claimed the franchise championship along with 3 division finals. Absolutely wonderful. They're boys, girls, and men's, showcasing their dominance across all the categories. Meanwhile, the Balkans Honey Badgers were second in the franchise, and they also secured their 3rd division title, with both franchises now boasting 3 championships in a remarkable display of excellence. What sets the Rugby Tens apart is its unique mixed play format, which added to the excitement of finals day. Teams competed in a 40-minute match where the under-18 boys and girls played the first 2 quarters, followed by the men and women for the final 2 quarters. The cumulative score from all 4 quarters determined the ultimate winner, creating a dynamic and inclusive competition that showcased talent across all ages and divisions. I think more organizations need to take a look at this. It was absolutely wonderful to see it in person. I was there with Dallin Stafford and Kat Merchant as well, and just to see the culture and the family from these teams was just a wonderful experience. Papua New Guinea Rugby Union has been suspended by Oceania Rugby and the PNG Olympic Committee over governance failures, financial issues, and their withdrawal from the Paris 2024 repertoire. Essentially, this bars them from all international and regional competitions. This is catastrophic for the women's team. Of course, it's catastrophic for the entire union, but they've already missed the first round of the Oceania Rugby Championships. They won't be at the Oceania Sevens. And, this is a really critical time for women's sports, and that the idea that they won't be able to play at all is just heartbreaking. The Latin Cup, a first of its kind, it was a Hispano-Italian equivalent of the Celtic Cup, has been canceled after its 1-year World Rugby funding ended. The unions aren't able to fill the gap, and this is just a blow as well. We did hear that some of the Series A elite funding has also gone to the wayside as well. But again, at a time where women's sports are blossoming, the support has to continue. Let's switch over to club and premier news. Stirling County will face Christorfen in the Arnold Clark Premiership Final on December 14th. This is a rematch of last year's playoff final, with Stirling aiming for a third consecutive league title and the Cougars looking to capitalize on their table-topping regular season form. West Shore secured their spot in second place in the BC Premier standings with a win over Burnaby Lake in the league's lone match in round 4. Railway Union, Blackrock, and Old Belvedere all earned bonus points win in the Nigeria AIL with 26 tries scored across 3 matches, as Railway remains unbeaten after 7 rounds and leads the standings. Boitsfort unseated Ghent at the top of Belgium's D1 standings with a dominant 35-0 victory, remaining the league's only undefeated team after 7 rounds. Leicester claimed their first win of the season with a strong performance at Sale, while Harlequins narrowed the gap on league leaders Exeter after round 8 of the PWR. The second round of the Kenya Cup only saw one match, with Nakuru beating the Kenya Harlequins 22-16. Mwamba, having previously won their match last week, sits atop the standings. That's all the news we could squeeze in this week on the video. Of course, there's more news on our site at yscrugby.com. Never miss an episode of Women's Rugby Rundown by subscribing on YouTube, Spotify, Patreon, and any of your favorite social media platforms, except that one that we're all leaving.